Alright, I am currently recording my Shadow Realm design world. I am going to be attempting to make a bypass around YouTube video creating so I can do this. Basically, I'm copying the video to my phone and then into my computer, which I'll be bringing to Mickey D's just to show you. This book I have here shows all the buildings I have listed to build and how many of them I have thus far built. I have one house design as displayed in the book, and the rest can be read as followed. Alright, that should have given you enough time to pause. Right here is basically just a spawn spot. That back there is pretty much a failed attempt at making the Shadow Realm design wall and tower. The tower is especially not my pride and joy. Let's look at the Shadow Realm house. As you can see, it's got a fair amount of space. I have seen better, but this is pretty much the best I have been able to make thus far. It is based off of the Shadow Realm design theme. I don't currently remember what it's based off of other than pretty much the darkness. As you can see, there are a couple of windows and blank empty space that could be filled up. I currently have this particular room filled with chests, acting as storage. A nice spacey hallway. To the left we will have the bedroom. This is just a default build for examples. Down here we have a nice chest. And I think that was supposed to be a desk of some sort. And there's the map. As you can see, there's also an anvil and enchantment table. But nothing particularly special. Right here we have an alchemy room. This is another default room just for example purposes. A large chest with a couple of books. All of them are empty or blank if I'm not mistaken. And a couple of example potions. This right here is the updated ZSSD flag in Minecraft. I'm sure you've already seen the big flag that I made that is a attempt of representing the one I made in Little Big Planet 2. Later updating Little Big Planet 3. Assuming you've seen what my original banner looked like, you'll probably notice that this is a bit better in design, although it doesn't represent the original banner for ZSSD quite so well. But then again, this is a completely different era and many things can change. So I guess in its own way, this can be what the flag will evolve into after the cataclysmic events that City of Shadows was built on. Moving over to the right of the spawn zone, we'll have the library, which I forgot to close the door to. Derp. This is the first version. In here we have a couple of mythic chests. Ideally they would all be labeled with a topic. Math, science, chemistry, farming, ethic. To the left and the right of these doors reveal two different rooms. This one appears to be an enchantment type room. Towards the left, we have the enchantment room. Okay, so that must be the alchemy room over there. Anyway, this is the enchantment room. I can tell just because there's a piece of armor right here. Yeah. And as a quick flyby around the exterior, why can I not fly? Thank you. Exterior of the building, this is what it looks like. This design is completely original, although I'm not certain if anyone has actually created anything similar to it. I have no idea what may or may not have inspired this design, but I do know that to at least some degree I created it by myself. And for the exterior view of the first version house, which I had forgotten to do. I'm not much of a YouTuber, so there's probably going to be a lot more bloopers like this on the way. Alright, moving further to the right, we'll have the Shadow Realm Research Building. This was recently created. Although it serves no true functional purpose in Minecraft, it does act as a landmark of sorts. Under the storyline circumstances, it would be impossible to build some of the other buildings without first constructing this one. Hence, research building. Research and further development. I've yet to actually create any of those listed items though. As you can see, this is the first version, and I must admit I am not particularly proud of the exterior decorating of this particular building. However, this is its first version, and given enough time and inspiration, I may be able to find better builds for it. Luckily, however, I am far better at the interior decorating than I am with the exterior. The first part, we just have a blank library room where there are no actual chests. I'm probably going to change this out in the future, but for now, this is what it looks like. To the left is the alchemy research room. As you can expect, we're going to have a couple of alchemy type tools in here, such as the brewing stand. If I'm not mistaken, in this building, the massive majority of the chests are completely empty, so there's no real point in attempting to open them. Towards the right of the entrance, we have the enchanting research. As you could expect, it has things inside it that are linked towards enchanting in at least some way. This is the Shadow Realm, so I have tried to keep the runes with a touch of darkness towards them. However, as you can see, after that first phase of the building, I started to lose this touch of darkness just a bit. Towards the left, I'm gonna have to update that sign. We have the farm. As you can see, it's just a farm as well as a small fishing pool. Still fully functional, I think. They did update the fishing mechanics, so this pool may not actually be big enough to function properly. RIP. But we just have some basic examples. Towards the right of the main door, we have the smithing research. As you can see, it has a couple of things at least semi-linked towards smithing. It is perhaps not the best designed room, however, given the resources at my disposal and not wanting to use lava because of the fire spread radius, I decided to make a few. Well, I don't know what the word is at the moment. RIP. I have magma blocks inside of this thing. I chose magma blocks because, to my knowledge, they have no ability to cause or spread fires, which makes it a very nice choice. We have a nice pool of water to dump the sizzling steel or other metallic materials into in order to quickly cool them, as well as an anvil. And of course the main forge, which is this thing right here. I don't really know what your perception is at first glance. Leave a message. An armor stand and a couple of actual furnaces which were actually meant to be used. This one can be used, but it's not necessarily accessible. Put you back. Because I added a door in the back, I found it's rather difficult to place a ladder. So instead, I used one of the current mechanics of the game that utilizes a piston pulling the player up above it, or in any other direction for that matter. It still allows for easy back and forth movement, however, is not the most aesthetic appearance. Please let me know what you think of my decorating skills and any ideas you have for improving them. That will in fact be appreciated. And up here is actually the storage room. Right here we have the actual library, which does in fact have a few books in it. Not as much as the library building, however, it does still have a few options for it. Towards the right is merely an extended area for the library to add more chests in. Towards the left is the writing room, and then a door on the inside of there will lead to the porch. I ran out of ideas for what to put in here, so I just chose to make a writing room. If you have any ideas what to replace this room or any of the others with that goes along the lines of research, that may be appreciated. Unlike the other chests in this building, I have in fact filled this with 1,000,000 book and quills. All of them are in fact blank. This is basically supposed to be a book lying down on a desk, just to clarify that. And out here we have the porch. I will admit that there have been some better designed porches out in Minecraft, but with the limited space I had and my complete lack of building expertise, as I'm certain that you have seen in some of my previous worlds, I pretty much had to go with gut instinct. Keep in mind that this was in fact built during the time period that I had no internet to effectively look at anything that would better my design. Just so you know, time in this world has been frozen in order to get the moon and the sun at the precise precision that it is in. I added that right there just to make it harder for any roof spawning mobs to be able to get inside, so that won't stop spires due to the design of the fence. This right here is basically to act as the flag. Because this is more of a landmark building and it has a flag structure on it, although not quite visible from this direction too well, or that one over there, the flag is still, well, mainly there for aesthetics. If you want to know what the design for this flag is, it's rather simple. I stumbled across it when I was fiddling around trying to improve the flag. And alright, I'm done. Anyway, this is in fact my Shadow Realm design. So far it is incomplete. And just to satisfy your curiosity, that building over there was a complete utter mistake. RIP. Anyway, time to end this video and see if I can actually get this process going and upload it to you, Dark. Yeah, this has been a rather extended video and probably a bit awkward, so I don't have the ability to, yeah, end video.